Hello and welcome to Showcasing North Leeds, where I'm on a mission to interview all the North Leeds business owners in North Leeds and beyond. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Jodie from two businesses actually, Jodie Bakes and also the Mustard Pot. And you've been doing this now for 4 years with Jodie Bakes and 4 months
at
the Mustard Pot.
Nearly
currently.
4 years with Jodie Bakes, and just over 4 months at the Mustard Pot.
And you've been in hospitality since you were...
Since I was 16.
So 5 years.
Yeah, just a couple, yeah. Started at the Roundy Fox, in Roundhay, worked for that company for 7 years, 10 years for Pizza Express, and worked across America, Dubai, Qatar before coming back to Leeds and working for independent brands.
Well, first thing I was like to ask is what made you set up and start Jodie Bakes and then go into the Mustard Pot?
Jodie Bakes just sort of happened. It was just before COVID. I'd always sort of wanted a cafe, and I actually lost my job at the beginning of COVID. The company went into liquidation. So I was like, oh golly, I need to make some money. So I just started baking from my kitchen on Chapel Allerton with a tiny little oven, and it sort of went from there. So that was in the March. And then in October, we took a unit in Kirkstall. So started to basically have a production kitchen, kitted all that out, obviously with the history of my previous work, knew exactly where to go, who to get all that from. Set that up, and there was days when I just used to sit in the office next door, in a friend's office. They work next door as well, and just used to sit there playing on my laptop, hoping that somebody would order something, thinking what on earth have I done. And then fast forward 4 years, we've got 5 members of staff now at the bakery, and a driver as well who does all of our deliveries.
Oh, so it's come a long way then.
Yeah, quite a long way from there. I mean, it's been a tough year, like I think it has for everybody.
Yeah.
But my mission this year was just to keep going and try and survive.
Okay.
This year without going like everybody. There's so many great businesses that have just not managed to last this year.
So with it then, obviously you've got lots of experience over the years. What is it would you say that you specialise in with Jodie Bakes?
So with Jodie Bakes, we do a lot of wholesale. We do wholesale for about 30 places in and around Leeds. Not everybody orders every week. Some people just take our specialist items. Some people take our seasonal items. Some will take more of our novelty items, Halloween, Christmas, Easter. And some order from us every week.
So what are specialist items? What?
So things like our bespoke cakes, our wedding cakes, celebration cakes. We've done things for Google. We're doing things at the moment for Leeds 2023, City of Culture.
Wow.
We do a lot of things with Bobble Digital, a lot of things with Trio Media, and and with Claire upstairs as well for Trio. They've both had things this year. So Bobble are now renowned for having these cupcakes on their events, which we produce all of those for them, which has also just been nice to get to know like Manny and Claire at Trio. Trio host our website now. Manny helps with our digital stuff, so it's sort of become quite a nice network as well.
Right, okay. And then the Mustard Pot then, how did you manage to go from this to then?
So many moons ago, about 6 years ago, I actually worked at Mustard Pot at the weekends. I worked 9 to 5, and I found I had quite a lot of free time still at the weekends, not knowing what to do in a 9 to 5 job, albeit still in hospitality. So a friend of mine was actually the general manager there at the time. So I messaged him and said, if you ever need a hand, just give me a shout. I'd love to do some shifts. And I worked there for the next sort of 18 months every weekend. And I absolutely loved it. And something about Mustard Pot I've always just loved it as a drinker there and as somebody who worked there. So obviously all the various things came out on socials this year about the previous landlady leaving, and somebody had posted a link to apply for the pub. And I just thought
it was just like, so you could apply?
Yeah, so you could apply to the company who owned the pub so I just did it. I clicked the button. I just filled in my name and email address and sent it off.
Okay.
And then they got in touch, and I sent them a bit more information about me, and had a couple of interviews, put some ideas together for them, and 2 months later, there we were. Yeah. Can
we ask about the ideas? What is it that's coming?
Yeah, so a lot of people know that we've made some changes already, in the sense of things like really trying to be more community based. I want to do more things like this right now, I suppose. Things more within the community. We've introduced a little children's area, which has been greatly received by some and difficultly not received by some others. So
indoor, outdoor?
Indoor, there's a little area inside. because what I found when I worked there is that the kids would run around everywhere, and obviously it is a pub, there was hot food, an open fire. So I thought the first thing we need to do is make sure there's a safe place for them to play. Now it has been amazingly received by obviously a lot of the parents in Chapel Allerton, because we are a place that has loads of families, and I really wanted to be inclusive of that. But again, we are a pub as well, so currently we're navigating the hard space of making sure that families are happy but also still appealing to adults in the evening. So we're now leaving the kids area open sort of Monday to Wednesday all day and in the evening, because we're a bit quieter. But then Thursday, Friday, Saturday it's closing at 5:30, when again it needs to be an adult time as well. And those same mums and dads who are coming through the day do want to be able to come out in the evening and leave the children at home and be in more of an adult environment. So we're just trying to bridge that gap of making sure that everybody's happy.
Which is always hard.
It's really hard, and I'm really proud of the pub, and I was proud of it when I worked there part time, and now obviously it's mine. I'm still proud of it, and having feedback that is negative about those things upsets me quite a lot, because I really am trying to do the best for everybody, and it is like being between a rock and a hard place.
But you're never going to please everybody.
No, you're not. But when you want to, and people are quite negative about it, I completely understand where they're coming from. But also we've started opening at 10 o'clock in the morning, which they didn't open previously. So we are welcoming for prams and pushchairs. We are the biggest venue in Chapel Allerton. We've got the biggest square footage. We've got the biggest beer garden, we've got the biggest parking available, we've got the biggest site, and I want people to be able to come, and it's been lovely watching some relationships form even over the last few months of mums that don't know other mums who now feel comfortable to come in with baby. We've got nappies available, nappy bags, wipes, everything in the changing area, to make sure that if they forget something they're not stuck. Same with the ladies, we have all the ladies sort of bits and bobs that might be needed that was never available before, so trying to build on the whole period poverty things as well, to make sure that things are available for all girls. So it's just trying to do those little things. We've got the TP coming back this week, actually, it's going up, so that'll be nice. And then we're going to do some work in the garden, sort the children's play area out, all being well, for the summer.
So you've got a lot.
And some nice plans for hopefully some big things over the summer.
Okay.
There's a couple of big things I'd like to do, but with all of Chapel Allerton.
Right, okay.
So not something that's just for the pub.
You're trying to invite everybody down together.
So more of something that could involve a lot more people within Chapel Allerton.
Are you going to leave us guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure it out from what you say.
A big summer event that will hopefully bring the community really nicely together.
Very nice, okay. Well, I won't probably too much more than that.
I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Yeah, I'll leave it as a surprise.
I'll let you know first when it's organised.
I still think the children's area, though, I think that's a huge thing, because for us, whenever we go out as a family, I've got 2 little girls, 6 and 3.
Perfect.
And for us, when they always need somewhere to keep them entertained, because at the table you can keep them for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then they're bored, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Where they just go off, and one mum said to me, my kids don't care what they play with as long as it's not theirs.
Yeah.
So they come in, they have a little potter, and then they can go back to the table. It's just safer that they're in that spot. But also, I guess as a dad, you probably appreciate the time when your kids are at home with Nana or Grandpa, and you're out with the other half, and you don't want to see loads of kids running around. So that is the sort of gap that we're just trying to
bridge,
negotiate through at the moment.
And is there anything else, like food wise, menu wise?
Yeah, so we're going to hopefully make some changes in January. We'd love to introduce a brunch into the new year, so Monday to Saturday food, like proper breakfast from 10 again. Big car park, big space. Seems silly not to utilise it. But obviously it's not just a case of sticking a menu on and going, it's recruiting the right people, the chef's not being overworked. I don't want them working AFDs. I want them to have
AFDs?
A full day.
Oh.
Can be abbreviated however you see fit with whichever words you want to put in there for those letters. But it means a really long shift.
Right,
and I don't believe in split shifts where you do a few hours, you go home for 3 and then you come back. I think that's completely negative to a work-life environment as well, and nobody wants to work from 9 in the morning, because obviously it's not a case of just opening at 10 and starting. We've got prep time, we need to get the cleaner needs to be in to make sure the pub's clean before people can come in. So it's just negotiating those sorts of things and doing it when it's right. I'm not prepared to do something like half-heartedly. I'd rather leave it as it is now. We've kept the menu exactly the same, just with more specials. But we have introduced a 2 for £20 menu now to make dining more accessible through the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we run a menu that's totally separate on top of our current menu to the items. So it's not like you're paying less for something because it's the evening that's already on the menu. It's a completely separate menu, just to make evening dining a little bit easier.
Yeah, but this is a lot. How do you divide your time as well between the two? I know you've got staff, obviously. You've got staff.
Yeah, so I've got a great team, absolutely great team. So I've got an amazing bakery manager called Phoenix, who's also from Chapel Allerton, who runs the bakery for me. So she's in charge of all wholesale, all ordering. She navigates everything, that sort of side. And then I've got a manager in the pub as well, Emily, who I've known from her previous work and seen the great changes that she made in her previous position. So I already knew her through the bakery and where she worked. So had a big chat with her, and she sort of reminded me of myself 15 years ago when I was young and had loads of energy. So for splitting my time, I'm not really sure at the moment. I still try and do sort of Mondays for paperwork and catching up, Tuesdays paperwork and catching up for bakery, Wednesdays I try and have off, Thursday, Friday I'm normally in the bakery all day Thursday, doing all the bespoke cakes, and Friday morning then I'll go to the pub Friday afternoon through to the evening, and then Saturday wherever I'm needed, and Sunday I've been banished from the pub because it's really busy and they tell me I get in the way, and apparently they're scared of me, which I can't believe. But Emily basically told me I wasn't allowed to be in the pub on a Sunday. But I am working some Sundays, just on events and things like that. So this week it was the Christmas market, and they're the next 3 Thursdays as well. And we've got some big events in the TP. So I'm allowed to work those. I'm just not allowed in the building. So I've been given my marching orders on a Sunday.
Every Sunday you can't be there.
She's like, can't be here. You just get in my way. Okay. You ruin my mojo, just let me get on with it.
And everyone gets worried and panics. Okay.
Yeah, and then I get worried and panic because I'm not there. But then, they just don't let me. Yeah. You're not allowed in today.
So then, event-wise, and I know obviously you've got the big one which I'm not going to probe about, but other than Christmas, anything else like say spring, Easter, anything that people can look forward to?
So we're sort of still in very much the planning stage, and obviously we quite like to know what other people want to do as well, in the sense of what do our customers actually want to do, what do our guests want them to feel at home. You know, obviously we've got this massive beer garden, the vibe in the summer is just banging anyway, it doesn't need any any help. We've just taken all the colourful stuff down in the garden. With it being winter, it looks really naked, so we're really looking forward to already getting that ready in the spring. We've had loads of new plants planted and things, the garden will just look beautiful next year. We're going to do quite a lot with fresh products in the garden as well, edible flowers, all those sorts of things, to take those up to the kitchen, strawberries, a lot of allotment style gardening going on. Who knows? Who knows?
There's a lot going on then, okay. Yeah, I'm going to say there's
maybe some sort of Easter events, kids things, like bank holiday weekend sort of vibe thing going on over Easter. I think, like Easter egg hunts and nice family creative things. And then, this big thing I'd like to do in the summer, which I'm still just in the how can this work? How can I bring it all together? How can I bring Chapel Allerton together for something that will support the other local businesses, obviously drive our business because that's what we're all in business for, isn't it? But something that can involve everything. Okay,
well, how can people find you then to make sure they can stay in tune with what's going to be coming next? And
so we're online, themustardpot.uk, no co, we're very bougie now, and just the.mustard.pot on Instagram and the Mustard Pot Chapel Allerton on Facebook. We're on all of these.
Everywhere.
We're not quite made it to the TikTok yet.
But
sure the cool kids. I'll leave that to the young cool ones. Yeah, Emily loves the TikTok, so I'm surprised she's not already on it, but she's been very busy. So I'll write that on her to-do list for tomorrow. You will do TikTok.
And then, what was I just going to ask you with regards to that? What is it that I've not asked that I should have asked?
I have no idea.
That's fine. If that's everything, that's fine. Anything in particular that you want to get out that I've not asked?
We're just really trying to be such an inclusive place for Chapel Allerton, that's a safe, warm space for people to come to, that has things to look after your children, you know, we're always here if you're struggling or you need a chat or a hot drink. You know, we're lovely people running a lovely venue and just want everyone to really feel at home. And I think I'm a people person. I think the thing I've been missing at the bakery over the last few years was, although we have people visiting and collecting cakes, was that naturalness I have of looking after people and sort of wanting to know what you're doing and asking how your holiday's been. And I am a people person, and you know, I think the feedback's just been lovely, really. And you know, I couldn't have asked for it to go better, really. But we just want everyone to feel at home.
Tell us how to find you, Jodie Bakes, as well.
Oh, online, jodiebakes.co.uk and Jodie Bakes on Instagram. We'll be tagged on everything because you can buy our cake in the pub now.
I was going to say,
so,
have you intertwined?
Yeah, we've absolutely intertwined the two. It'd be silly not to, especially opening for coffee and cake in the morning. So we do fresh pastries, cakes, vegan stuff, not vegan stuff. Quirky things for seasonal things. Mince pie blondies are coming. Can't wait. They're one of my faves.
Mince pie blondies.
Yeah, bags of sweets for kids as well. Sorry to everyone whose child comes to the bar and buys a bag of sweets. But they love it, and it keeps them quiet for a few minutes.
Yeah, until the sugar hits the system.
Yeah, but you'll have left by then, so it's okay. So mean.
Okay, yeah. And what's the address then of the mustard pot, going back to that?
So we're at 20 Steinbeck Lane, Chapel Allerton, LS7 3QY, massive parking, make yourself at home. No, you don't need a ticket. Yeah. Just come in, have a drink, potter around Chapel Allerton. We're not precious about the car park. Nice. You know, happy to support everybody around here. Okay,
well, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing everything with me.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you everyone for listening and for watching. As everything, you know the drill. You need to like, share, comment, subscribe to help push the podcast as much as we possibly can do. And anyone, if you've got any recommendations of anybody to interview us on, then please do let us know. But until then, we'll see you next time.